Yeah, so today we are making cocoa chocolate chinchin. Yeah, what we are using is this product of cocoa powder. We are using this Luigi pure cocoa powder. Yeah, so for this you can as well use Milo, you can use Bonvita, but you know those are kind of expensive. For business purpose you can use cocoa powder. All you need to do is to like add extra sugar compared to maybe the way you want it. Okay, so I'm making 3 cups of flour, and here is my mixture of baking powder and salt. Here I have half a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so I'm using this old sachet of nutmeg. What you actually need is like half a teaspoon of nutmeg, so I might just measure out or use all of them. I like nutmeg, so it's no big deal. So you need 1 sachet of milk flavor, which is how many this is 100 gram. Okay, 1 sachet of milk flavor equivalent to 100 gram. You need half cup of your full cream milk. Yes, cocoa powder is not a sweet stuff. Okay, it needs something to like enhance the taste, but so it's either you're adding more milk, less sugar, or you're adding more sugar, less milk. But here we are just doing it on a moderate. Yeah, I have my sugar. I have margarine. For margarine we are using Simas. Okay, we are using Simas today. My measuring spoons, measuring cup. I have 1 whole egg. I'm going to whisk this, dilute in water, dilute my flavor as well, and I'm just going to do all of that while you watch. So if you are old subscriber, you must have seen me make chinchin before, but the only difference now is we are making chocolate chinchin. Okay, and we are using this cocoa powder mix. Okay, so first off you want to add all your dry ingredients together like so. I don't know if this is up to half cup, but this is all I have, so I'm going to use it like that. Yeah, let me check and see. Okay, okay, this is half cup. This is half cup equivalent. Okay, so you want to add your half cup of milk. So the measurement of sugar you need for this recipe is actually half a cup of sugar, but I'm going to add a little more because of the cocoa I'm using. Okay, so I'm just going to add this much to it, just to give it the good taste that you need. Okay, so what you want to do now is to give this a good mix up all the dry ingredients together. Okay, let me add my nutmeg now. This is half a teaspoon. Okay, yeah, so that's half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Let me give all of this a good mix. All of the dry ingredients are in here. I'm going to give it a good mix just to incorporate everything and make sure you have everything well mixed. Okay, so now I'll be adding my margarine. The measurement of margarine I need is below 250 gram, and this is like 250 gram. What I need is 180 to 200 gram. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball this and add what I'm using. So do well to check the description for the rest of the recipe. Okay, do well to check the description. So now I'm going to mix this margarine very well with the flour. You want to give it a good mix to get the breadcrumbs texture or consistency. Okay, so I'm going to do that and I will be back. So while that is going on, I'm going to be adding my cocoa powder now. Okay, so if you have time, go ahead and sift this just so you don't have lumps, but I'm adding it. I'm going to try to dissolve it with my hands. So here is half cup of cocoa powder to 3 cups of flour and other ingredients added there. Okay, I'm going to continue mixing this to get everything well incorporated, to get the brown cocoa powder chin chin look. Okay, so like I mentioned, cocoa powder is not really a sweet stuff, so add sugar according to how you are. If you are a sweet tooth person, go ahead and add sugar as you wish. And also if you have brown sugar, you can as well use brown sugar. Of course, this is chocolate chin chin, so go ahead and use brown sugar, but I'm using white sugar, so that goes as good. So you want to mix this until you have the breadcrumb consistency, like so. So the difference between this and other chin chin we've been making on this channel is just the cocoa powder and the sugar moderation, like you adding more sugar than you want to. Okay, just to balance the taste from the cocoa. Okay, so that's that. So now I'm done with this. I'm going to set this aside and continue with my wet ingredients. For my wet ingredients, in a cup, in a bowl, I'm going to add my egg. So I'm going to whisk this. Then add my um, emulsion. So I just need a little of that. Okay, you can go with 1 teaspoon. So for water, I'm going to add like half cup of water to this mix. Okay, so now I'm going to dilute the egg by whisking it with the water and the other emulsion I added. So this is so I'm going to bring back my dry ingredients and just put a well in the middle and start adding my wet ingredients gradually. Okay, you want to add gradually just so you can control how the all ingredients is being incorporated and how the liquid is going to come out. You know, when you add too much liquid, the next thing to do is to start adding flour. So to avoid all of that, add your mixed wet ingredient gradually, just so you don't end up adding too much. So we're going to continue doing that until all of our wet ingredient is finished. So at this point, I've handed over to Bolu. Bolu is the student that I've been training for how many days now? I think 9 days, not up to 9 days. Yeah, for over a week now. Okay, so I'm going to allow her do the rest of this while we watch. Add liquid. You have to spread and knead just so it can enter in. Add liquid. So she have added all of the water, all of the liquid rather. All of the liquid is in the mix right now. You can see the consistency we came up with. So like I will always say, you don't want your chin chin to come out too slimy or too soft, and you don't want it too thick. Okay, because if it's too soft, when you start frying, you start having challenges. Is either it starts soaking oil, or then it start foaming, and all of those stuff you don't want to happen to your chin chin production. Okay, so you can see the consistency. You can see she's still struggling to like make it work. That is how it's meant to be. So at this point, she's going to pass it on to the work table and continue kneading. Okay, so let's do that. So she's ready to knead some more before rolling out. Okay, so show us what your dough look like. Show us, like, use your hands to share it. Let's see the consistency. So this is what it looks like. You can see almost like a moist chocolate cake, okay? You don't want it too soft. I don't, as in, that's how I do mine, okay? Some people own can be very, very sloppy or something, but to get a good chin chin consistency, this is what it's meant to look like. Okay, so I'm just going to allow her knead it some more for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, okay? Just so everything can go well. Remember, we are working with cocoa powder, so we need everything well mixed, okay? So she's done kneading, and we've already like share out all the dough we have. Now it's time to roll out, okay? Put your stuff there, your, yeah, put it by the side so you have enough room to knead. Okay, so okay, let me do the first one so you can see what I'm about to do. Okay, so this is it. You want to powder your board, and this is like the only time you need flour. This is the time you need your like the flour you kept aside, which is the half cup. Okay, so feel free to use it. And also, if I'm going for maybe the regular chin chin cuts, there is a thickness that we achieve, but because we are going for we are going for a straight cut, okay? Okay, maybe we can do both so you can see it and understand how it works. But first, let's go for the straight cuts, which is like, you know, those long chin chin shape. So that's what we are going for now. So what you need is like a very flat dough. Okay, see, this is what you need because of what we are going for. So the next thing to do is to remove all of the excess edges, the edges that are not like straight. Okay, you want to trim them out like so. So for a start, if you are someone that maybe your hands are not straight enough to use this, you can as well just like get a ruler like this, and you can just so you can maintain a straight line. Okay, this is what you can do to maintain a straight line. You can get a ruler beside you, and even if you are making the other shape as well, if you want an accurate you want to maybe sell in a jar and you want accurate shape, and your hands are not good with the pizza cutter or knife, you can as well use a ruler. Okay, but now this is what I'm trying to show you. But of course, to save time, I'm just going to go down and do it my way. But if you know you can't do it this well, feel free to use your ruler. So this is like the shape I'm showing you, the first shape we are going for. So depend on you how long you want it, but let's do it this way. Let's go for into 4. So once you are done with that, you take your scraper. Okay, you want to gently remove this from your board. You can see how easy this is. Okay, and another thing is, you don't add flour like after now. There's no need for flour. The only thing is, okay, you can see this tray now. There's nothing like a loaded flour on it. Only what we did, we just like flour the tray, remove the flour, and we have a dusted tray. So just go ahead and place this on your tray like so, and you can continue doing what you are doing, or if this is all, you can just go ahead and fry. Okay, so this is what we have, guys. This is it. So everyone watching us right now, this is what we have here. Like I mentioned, don't go ahead to start spraying flour on your chin chin. That is wrong. It's going to get your oil to foam, and you don't want that. Your oil will just foam and your whole cooker will just be soaked. You don't want that. Okay, so go ahead and do what I just showed you now. No, don't worry, go with this one. You can do that one last, like you can as well go ahead and just get it down for easy rolling out. Okay, I've taught you how to roll with the meat pie, but you're not doing this thing well. Okay, good. So you want to make sure you are not dragging it. If you drag it, you are going to have cracks. You don't want cracks. Look at it. If you need more flour, go ahead and add. Like I said, this is the only area. You just want to spread out, okay? You are not really pushing. You are not pushing. You are just spreading. You can see what I'm doing. You are not pushing, because if you push, you are going to have crack like you already have there now, okay? So just spread, okay? You see, just spread out. If you need to rotate it, go ahead and rotate. If you have a table that you can move around yourself, go ahead and move around. So this is it. You see, I'm not stretching, I'm just rolling out, and it's going by itself. It's going gently, okay? So that's what you have. Okay, maybe this time we should do the other shape. Like I said, because we are doing that shape, that was why it was a bit light. But for now, we are going with a thicker one, a thicker rollout. So this is what you need to do. Yeah. So get out all the excess edges and you go bigger. Depending on you, the size you want, you can go smaller, you can go bigger. So just know, okay, this is what I want. So now you see it now. Mm? So here is the other shape that we just made, and this is what it looks like. So just dust it out. You don't have fear, okay? Don't worry about it sticky. When it gets to the oil, it's going to separate by itself. So get me another tray, since we are making two. Get me another tray. So that is that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is what we did today. So I'm sorry I lost the clip from when I was frying, but there was this important tip I want to give you. When you are frying chocolate chinchin, whether you're using Milo, Bonvita, cocoa powder, whatever you are using, please don't fry as long as you will fry your milky chinchin or any other chinchin variant, okay? This can fry 3 to 4 minutes, okay? Don't go and burn your chinchin. It burns easily. And also, I want to appreciate each and every one of you that have come to buy my recipe, my chinchin recipe. Thank you, and thank you so much for trying it and sending me all of these amazing pictures and videos. I really appreciate. As per always, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much.
I no go stop, I no go settle. My light is never gonna die.